Simon Lubumi Ajiboye Agbola. President Bola Tinubu is currently in Anambra State for an official visit as he commissioned some legacy projects completed by Governor Charles Soludo's administration. The president, according to a statement made by the special advisor to the state governor on political matters, Dr. Alex Obiogulu, among the projects are the new state government house, Solution Fund City, the new governor's lodge, built for the first time in 34 years, and the revamped House of Assembly, among others. Dr. Obiogulu said the president was received by the Anambra State Governor, Professor Soludo, his deputy, Oye Kachi Ibezim, members of the House of Assembly, and top dignitaries from the state. The federal government has signed a $158.15 million financing deal for the value chain program in northern Nigeria as part of ongoing efforts to revolutionize the agricultural sector. Speaking during the signing of the financial agreement, Vice President Kashim Shettima described the initiative as a product of critical thinking about the economic reality of the North. In a statement issued by his media aide, Stanley Wokocha, the Vice President said the initiative is a fulfillment of the promise made by the present administration to reduce poverty and restore dignity to farmers and ensure food security in the country. Minister of Agriculture and Food Security Abubakar Kyari said the deal represents a significant milestone in the efforts to transform the agricultural landscape in Nigeria. Kyari noted that the participation of Borno, Bauchi, Kano, Katsina, Kebbi, Jigawa, Sokoto, Yobe, and Zamfara State, and the presence of other critical stakeholders underscored the commitment of the subnationals and the federal government in fostering inclusivity in agricultural development and economic empowerment. The Federal Ministry of Education has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Rural Electrification Agency under the federal government's Energizing Education program to provide 24-hour electricity on campuses. The signing ceremony took place at the solar-powered mini-grid site at the University of Abuja, which is one of the beneficiaries of the transformative initiative. Speaking at the event, Minister of Education Dr. Olatunji Alausa stated that under the leadership of President Bola Tinubu, the government remained fully committed to expanding human capital development through the provision of reliable and sustainable energy infrastructure in the education sector. The minister said one of the president's top priorities is ensuring 24-hour electricity supply to all federal and state-owned tertiary institutions. Dr. Lausa announced that the federal government is constructing mini-grid systems ranging from 1.1 to 12.5 megawatts across federal tertiary institutions. He, however, stated that the projects had wide-reaching benefits for education and the Nigerian economy. The Nigeria Governors Spouses Forum has urged the federal government and their husbands to declare a state of emergency on drug abuse and illicit trafficking. The declaration was part of their resolutions in a communique read by the wife of Ogun State, Mrs. Bamidele Dapo Abiodun, on behalf of the chairperson of the forum and wife of Kwara State Governor Professor Olufolake Abdulrazak. The communique was issued at the end of a training workshop organized by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency in collaboration with NGSF in Abuja. The forum said this would engender national ownership of the drug problem for the mobilization of resources to dismantle the menace. The forum added that urgent, concerted and pragmatic efforts are required considering the complex public health issues and security challenges Nigeria is witnessing, which is fueled largely by the use of drugs. The governor's spouses, however, declared that support for the war against drugs at the state level and promised to ensure the initiative gets down to communities in their domains. The federal government has called for an overhaul of military tactics to address Nigeria's worsening insecurity. The Senate resolved to hold a two-day National Security Summit to brainstorm a solution to the rising wave of killings and other forms of insecurity in the country. The decision followed a motion sponsored by Senator Jimoh Ibrahim at the resumption of plenary, following a fresh wave of deadly attacks that claimed the lives of an army captain and a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress in Borno and Benue states. Speaking during the ministerial briefing in Abuja, the Minister of Defense, Muhammad Badaru, questioned the relevance of the Senate's proposed National Security Summit, arguing instead for renewed strategy. Badaru also dismissed the idea that terrorists possess superior firepower compared to the Nigerian military, insisting that the nation's armed forces are better equipped. On domestic efforts to enhance Nigeria's military self-reliance, Badaru revealed that 10 of the 53 companies under the Defense Industrial Complex have commenced production of drones, aircraft components, helmets, and safety vests. He said the government targets at least 20 firms to be fully operational by this year's end, with exports beginning in 2026. The Nigeria Air Force has reiterated its commitment to fostering national unity and protecting the territorial integrity of the nation. The Chief of Air Force, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, said this through the Director of Air Force Research and Development Institute, Osun, Osun State, Air Vice Marshal Pius Aimere, at an open day organized to celebrate the 61st anniversary of the force. Speaking on the motive behind the event, the Director General of Air Force Research and Development Institute, Air Vice Marshal Haimere, who spoke on behalf of the Chief of the Staff, Air Marshal Abubakar, noted that the initiative was born out of the need to foster stronger civil-military relations and other Nigerians the unique opportunity to witness the inner workings of the Air Force firsthand. Reacting to the developments, the Olu Judo of Osun, Oba Olayinka Jokotola, described the initiative as laudable, adding that it should be sustained as a call on members of the public to support security agents by providing useful information that will help them in combating crimes and protecting the lives and properties of the public. While on the sports scene, following the Flying Eagles qualification for the next round, head coach Aliyu Zubairu has emphasized the need to immediately shift focus to what it considers the most crucial match of the tournament. Although their quarterfinal opponent is yet to be determined, Zubairu is treating the upcoming fixture with utmost seriousness as he believes that the quarterfinal is the most important match of the competition. He added that the team needs to work on their mindset and ensure they are focused on the task ahead with the determination to reach the World Cup. Meanwhile, the first semi-finalists of the AFCON Under-20 tournament will secure a spot to represent Africa at the FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Chile. While on the foreign scene, Syria's interim President Ahmad al-Shara said the country is holding indirect talks with Israel to prevent recent hostilities from getting out of control. President al-Shara discussed this when he met with the French President Emmanuel Macron, who said he would push the European Union and the US to lift sanctions on Syria to boost its economy. Macron also called for continued US and international military presence in Syria to fight terrorist groups threatening security in the Middle East and Europe. The Syrian leader's visit to Paris comes a week after clashes between forces loyal to al-Shara and fighters from the minority Druze sect that left nearly 100 people dead. Reports say Israel carried out a series of airstrikes on parts of Syria last week, saying it aims to protect the country's Druze minority from coming under attack by pro-government gunmen. And that ends the evening news on OSBC TV. Do join us at 7 for the major reports. Good evening.